second leg of the playoffs. Let me know your score predictions and thoughts going into this game in the comments down below. It is do or die. It's go big or go home. Like we saw against Peterborough v Sheffield Wednesday last night. It was a fantastic game, probably the best comeback of all time, but how I translate it to make it relevant to City is that if we go to try and hold on to that lead like Peterborough did against Sheffield Wednesday and just sit back part of the bus, sit in our penalty box all game and then hoof it up towards Andy Cook and isolate Andy Cook and hope we can just fight for scraps, that's not going to work. Because Carlisle are a very decent team, they're a very good team on the ball, but they've slightly changed their style of play throughout the season. They're a bit more direct now, and they did make mistakes in that first leg. That they will learn from those. I think the big mistake was not playing Gibson and not playing Edmondson. I think they were changes 58th minute or just after half time, and it changed the game for them. And they did look a much better team, but caused them a lot more problems. But their only real chance of scoring looked to be from set pieces. But like I say, that result, and there's been a couple throughout these playoffs already where you do go, hopefully we learn, but we can't set up like that because it will come back to bite us. But whilst I don't think we should set up like that, I think we have to have a degree of caution to our play. We can't just go out going gung-ho, we can't just go to try and make it 2-0 straight away. It won't happen. We've got to be a bit more pragmatic away from home against a very decent Carlisle side. The fans will make a big difference for us. I think we're just taking shy of 2,000. Let me know if you're going. But we've got to be vocal, we've got to be loud, and we've got to get fully behind them like we did in the first leg, like we did against Leyton Orient. The support and the atmosphere for those two games were unbelievable. Bradford, we have the attendance numbers, we have the fan base, we're a fantastic fan base, and we're incredibly loyal. And I think we're showing. But it ain't just because we've got cheap season tickets. I think we've always shown that. We haven't always had the best atmosphere, and that's sometimes been because of the players on the pitch not performing, not giving us anything to shout about. I mean, the last couple of seasons we've been mid-table, and some of this team has given us, whether it's a failure if we don't go up, whether it's been a successful season, whether if we've made progress, which we most definitely have, it's given us something to believe in, and there's a group of players here that want to fight for the shirt and want to get us back into League One. And have that same vision, but the fans do as well, and are fighting for us. So I think that's some. And obviously, in the week, I think it was Thursday, it has been 10 years since we got promotion from League Two with that fantastic 2012 team. I mean, that team did have those things that I just listed. It had character, passion, desire, and it had really good work ethic. And that final we blew Northampton away, and we looked comfortable throughout the game, and hopefully we can be very similar to the game on the first leg, where they had chances, but throughout it we did look slightly more comfortable side, where we did look more in control, and it was a very professional performance like we've been seeing recently in this City team. And obviously we need to get that monkey off our back of not beating Carlisle since December 1985. Also, we haven't played many games at Brunton Park since then. We still haven't beat them, and we have got that monkey off our back a couple of times this season. I think back to Harrogate, we beat them early on in the season. We had a terrible record there. We've done the double over Salford, having not been very good against them. And I think we've done a few others as well, and we have improved at home recently. Obviously, our last home game at Valley Parade was last weekend, and we ended up finishing the season not losing at home since the 18th of February, that terrible 1-0 defeat against Barrow. But back onto the monkey on our back, Middlesbrough played Coventry in the playoffs, and Coventry haven't beat Middlesbrough away from home since 1993. So we've seen a couple of things happen in the playoffs, and anything can happen. So like I said, I think we need to go in with a degree of caution. Can't just go for the win. Fans have to get right behind them, even if it's 1-1, even if it's tense game. We've got to stick with them like we have been recently. So Hughes is embracing the past, back onto that 2012 as well. Did get asked in his press conference what he thought of that team, and he said, we've got to look back at the past and have a look at it and try and embrace ourselves. And I think I saw Adam Clayton as well posting something about the City Liverpool game in 2000, the game that kept us up. I think you were watching that game as well. So like I say, go back to that, the players are embracing playing for us, and you can see that on the pitch and the performances of recent. But over to Carlisle, their key players. We know how good their players are. They've got some fantastic players. They're without Mellish, obviously he was a big loss at the back. Same with Morgan Feeney. He's been a fantastic player for them this season as well. They've had a couple of others, but I think the biggest key player for us in the game, let me know what you think, Carlisle fans as well, but I think our best chance of winning is their goalkeeper. I do not rate Thomas Hawley, the former Gillingham keeper. He is dodgy. He's fantastic at coming for crosses. He's got that height and that physical ability to come and claim them. So maybe short corners might be our best route, because they do seem to be a bit more of a physical side than us. And I know we don't like short corners, but you've got to try and be effective. And I think that could be more effective than the swinging a cross in from a corner, where their keeper's always going to come out and claim, unless we've been working on that and they're trying to block him off from coming for them. But I think we need to get shots off at him. He does seem to struggle to get down low. There was a chance for Banks in the last game, I think it was in the first half, running behind, and he was 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he hit it straight at him, but his positioning was terrible. He was in line with the post and covered his front post off, but he left the whole side of the goal left for Banks to him, and if he got his head up, he would have been bound to score. So I think we've got to shoot on sight. He's got a mistake on him, and I think he could be a key player for us. But on to their better players. Obviously Gibson, if to start him, I think that was a mistake that Simpson made going into a game. I think that were a massive mistake not starting Gibson. Maybe mentally he didn't think he was up to it. Obviously I'm pretty sure, 90% sure, he donated to the Fat Burns unit of a week, like many Carlisle fans. So I do want to say thank you and well done. But Gibson, he did look like Bradford coming on. He scored 2 goals and got 7 assists this season. And I can't see him not playing him, although he has been in and out the team recently for them. Owen Moxon's set pieces are dangerous, and he's been fantastic for them this season. And then Edmondson, whilst he ain't a goal scorer, he's not prolific. He missed a big chance in the second half for them, the best chance of the game. He missed it. He does give them strength in the final third. He did look to change the game when he came on, and he does have mobility up there as well, unlike maybe a Christian Dennis at his age. So I think they're the 4 key players, not only for us but for them in that second leg. Moving into a past and present, the old bloody squad for them in the past few seasons. But just to pick 3, obviously Gibson, I think he could have a good game against us. Touchwood, hopefully he don't. Charlie Wyke, he played in the team that we last got to Wembley in, and were fantastic for them, and equally as good for us. And Naki Wells as well, played in the last win at Wembley and scored. I think they're 2 direct players that we've got from them as well. Let me know in the comments down below, who would you have bench, start, sell if you like, with Wells, Wyke and Andy Cook. I think that's definitely an interesting one. Cook would in their youth academy as well. I'm pretty sure he'll hopefully have a good game against them. I don't think he's ever scored against Carlisle. So on to the head-to-heads. Carlisle are unbeaten in 9 home games against us, winning 6 and drawing 3 of those. That's all competitions. They've won 6 of their last 7, that's including 3 wins in a row at Brunton Park. Obviously we know about our record. We haven't beat them since December 1985. And that was the last time we won consecutive games against them in a season. In terms of games won against Carlisle, we've won 23 games against them. We've drawn 15, and Carlisle have had the better of us 21 times. And that is a combined total of 59 games played against them, the first being in 1928, a 2-2 draw. And like I said, they've got a very good record against us recently. The last 5 results, obviously that 1-0 win in the first leg, a 0-0 draw on the 21st of March, a 1-0 defeat on Boxing Day of this current League 2 season, a 2-0 win against them on the last home game of last season, and a 2-0 defeat on the 8th of January 2022 at Brunton Park. So let me know your thoughts on your experiences going to Brunton Park. Into some playoff stats for both teams then. Only once have City won the first leg of a playoff semi-final and not progressed to the final. That was against Middlesbrough in the 87-88 season. A 2-1 win in the first leg and a 2-0 defeat in the second leg, meaning we lost 3-2 on aggregate against Middlesbrough. Let me know your thoughts on that if you remember it. In terms of Carlisle then, Carlisle have won 1 of their last 7 Football League playoff matches, 1 draw and 5 defeats, being eliminated at the semi-final stage in each of their previous 3 appearances. So into my team for that big game on Saturday 3 o'clock. That is an unchanged City 11 with Lewis in goal, Halliday, Stubbs, Critchlow, Rideout, Clayton, Gilliard, Smallwood, Walker, Banks and Cook. That sort of 4-3-3, 4-3-2-1 formation with Banks and Walker just behind Cook, who give options to one in behind as well. And we do look a bit solid with that defensively. It gives Clayton ability to just control the game, kill the game down if he wants, use his experience, but I probably would be looking at bringing him off in 70th minute mark. Potentially Dion Pereira if we need a goal, if it's 1-1, or if we somehow find ourselves losing, it would be very Bradford City. If we do need a goal, I've always thought Dion Pereira's got something to offer us this season, and I would like to see him maybe come on if we do need to look for a goal, and then maybe Walker for Derbyshire as well, again if we're chasing for a goal, with them two doing a lot of running, and obviously Clayton at his age needing to come off for a few more fresh legs, and if we're looking for a goal. So let me know your thoughts going into a game, let me know your score predictions and everything we've discussed. In terms of my score prediction, I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to go with what I want my heart to be feeling during the game as well, less stress as possible. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 City win, which means we'd be winning 3-0 on aggregate, which is very optimistic, I know. And I'm going to go with Cook to get that monkey off his back, along with let's go for Gilly, you know, a northern lad. A couple of northern lads up there to get the goal. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new. Have a good one.